Wanted tonight. What were your thoughts on the game?
Not the result, not the performance. Way off of it from first minute to 94th. Goalkeepers kept us in the game. Every aspect of the game, we were second best and deservedly got beat. I've got to say, I'm delighted that I walk out of this ground tonight only getting beat 2-0 because I think that could have been 4 and 5 if it wasn't for the goalkeeper. Our play lacked thought, lacked care, lacked aggression, lacked enthusiasm, lacked everything, every part of the game that you need to do to have any chance of getting any sort of result.
Have there been some fairly frank exchanges in the dressing room afterwards?
Well, there aren't any exchanges, as you can imagine, because I'm basically not interested in what the players have got to say. I don't get this exchange sort of thing, in terms of asking for their opinion, because I've just seen it with my own eyes. I don't need it unless my eyes are telling me something different, and they're all right. I can see you all right, and I can see that map behind you all right. And I've seen tonight a really poor performance from my team in every aspect. So I could have made any sort of changes at half time. Introduction of the subs didn't make any effect on the game. All our players produced substandard performances from the off. Nobody dug themselves out of a hole. I don't think there's any sort of positives I can take from tonight's performance. And as I said, there isn't any exchange, and there won't be, because I don't need it. I'm an experienced manager, and they've done well, like we talked about at the weekend against Chelsea. But their fight was bigger than ours, and that's something that I find pretty difficult to take.
Is that the most frustrating and annoying aspect about that performance for you?
Yeah, because I'm not bothered about what's happened. I'm bothered about the next challenge, the next game, the next opponent, and how difficult we can make it for them on every aspect. Understanding that they're at a completely different level to us as a football club, because they are. But can we make it competitive? Can we give the opposition some problems? And we didn't. We made it far too easy. They were brighter than us. They were sharper than us in thought and actions. I think that's possibly the best way of putting it. And we went individual, and the players just looked as if, well, what we've done over the past 3 or 4 games will carry us through to a decent result. They maybe thought that because a few of the Chilwell and Maddison weren't playing, and a few others, it might be a little bit easier, but it can't be, because you've still got some great performances. I thought performers, and we can't have that. I'm sure I'd hate to think that we had that mindset, but these are things that are running through my head in trying to analyse and trying to work out why we were so passive in our performance.
You did get 45 minutes into the legs of John Fleck. Will that stand him in good stead for the weekend?
I'm not that bothered, Rich, at the moment about getting minutes inside people's legs and that. I'm looking at the overall performance. John was poor when he came on. Everybody was. The introduction of the subs, as I said, could have made changes. Dean's kept us in the game. And for us to get to 82, 83 minutes with still having an opportunity of pulling something out of the bag, because it would have been the biggest smash and grab that I've been involved in for a long, long time if we'd have got something out of the game, because we never deserved anything from it. And the right result happened here tonight, and we were totally dominated and out-battled and out-thought in every aspect of the game. So John getting 45 minutes, is really irrelevant, Rich.
All right, Chris, thanks for your honesty.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
Cheers.
Hey, Rob.
Chris, why do you think the team was so under par tonight?
Don't know, Rob. I haven't got a clue. I haven't got the answers for you. I'll try and find the answers. I don't know. You better ask the players, because I think you know from my approach to everything, I'm not sat there with a big cigar and saying, "No, we've just turned Chelsea over and Tottenham over and Wolves over and got a draw at Burnley and we're sat in the position we are." That is just totally not in my nature. So I haven't got an answer for you. I really haven't, and maybe I'll have an answer for you tomorrow morning when I speak to the players, and maybe they can come up with some sort of answer. Because I certainly haven't got one right now. There's a few things whizzing through my head. Whether they thought it'd just be a comfortable evening, whether they thought that they all of a sudden top Premier League players and they forgot what it takes to win a game of football at any level, because that's what it looked at. They showed no ambition. Every aspect, Rob. I don't know. The bus goes in about 20 minutes. I think I could sit here and try and work out how we've got to this performance, and I still think I'll struggle to find the answer. So I'll try, and then I'll try and implement that into the players, because nothing changed in any way, shape, or form in our approach to tonight's game. You'd be mad to change it after what they've done. So whether the players thought that all of a sudden they've landed, they haven't. As I said, I could have made more changes at half time. Not that I feel sorry for any of the players, but anybody could have come off. McBurney could have come off for McGoldrick. Norwood could have come off for Zander. Kieran Freeman could have been on for George, Jack Rodwell, all of them. Any of the players could have come in and come on, and it's obviously a game that's bemused me and baffled me in terms of our approach and our performance.
Thanks, Chris.
Cheers, Rob.
I don't know if you can hear me.
Hello,
Chris, can you hear me?
Hi, Joe.
Sorry, mate. Sorry about that. Obviously, a lot of negatives from tonight, but you mentioned it earlier, the positive Dean Henderson and his display. I mean, you've talked a lot about him, been asked a lot about him, but does that just underline how important he is to your team performances like tonight and how vital it is to keep him around?
Yeah, I mean, he's the one. He's the one positive for tonight. His performances was up there. It was excellent. So yeah, of course, he's been outstanding for us all season. So why wouldn't you want to keep him in the building for next year? But that isn't my decision.
And 2 points off sixth place heading in the final two games. Does this do something maybe just to obviously you don't want a result or performance like this, but does it almost make the focus sharper for the last two games for the lads, or should it always be higher?
It should always be sharp. Why shouldn't it be sharp tonight? Why does it have to take a really poor performance and result to sharpen you up as a professional footballer?
Yeah. So there's no real good that you think can come from this, or
nothing. Take nothing out of tonight's performance game. Why would I? Why would I in any way, shape, or form? Nothing. So
do you dwell on this at all, like when you get the next couple of days in training, or?
Yeah, I'll be dwelling this right the way through. I won't forget this. So yeah, I don't just don't just put my head on the pillow tonight and just think, well, I'm a bit tired, I've got to sleep. So I've got to analyse it and got to do what I can in my powers, whether it's team selection, whether it's training, whatever I can do. Ultimately, you're in the hands of players, and if that's the case, then it's going to be a struggle for the last 2 games of the season if we think that's going to be all right or acceptable.
Thanks, Chris.
Cheers, Joe. Thanks, mate. Thanks. Hello.
Oh, hello, Chris.
Hey, Oscar.
Hello, Chris. Sorry about that. Chris, was that the worst performance of the season for you guys?
It feels like it. It looked like it in my eyes. It was right up there. So yeah, I mean, you're an hour after. So it feels like that, and my eyesight's not that bad. And what I saw tonight wasn't anywhere near that what I expect or standard that I expect from my players, regardless of position or whatever. Really, basic fundamentals that I demand and need off the players, but weren't there from virtually everybody apart from Dean.
And does it make it even tougher to take coming this close to the end of the season? Obviously, when you are battling for the end of season honours as such.
If it was the first game, if it was the 10th game, if it was an FA Cup game, if it was whatever game it was, League Cup game, it feels the same. We just work in the present. I don't look about. No, nothing gives me any sort of comfort about what we've done or whatever. As professional football people, we're looking to the next game. I mean, it's quite embarrassing when people talk to you about what you've done or what the targets are. Your thought process is on the next performance in the next game. That it has always been that way with me. The pitfalls. If you think you've got a big cigar out and you think that cruising through will be enough. It has to be full tilt. It has to be full tilt for us, especially in terms of newly promoted side. So anything less, makes it so easy to opposition, and that's what we made that tonight for them. I thought they did what they had to do. They were stretched as a team, but I thought their desire and their fight was a bigger one than ours.
All right, thank you, Chris.
Cheers, Oscar.
Hello there, mate.
Guilty, okay?
Yeah, not too bad. Just a quick one from me, Chris. I mean, when you sort of get a performance like that and you feel the way you do about it, do you speak to the players yourself? Do you sort of dive into them, or do you just leave them to stew? What's your...
There's all sorts of types of approach. I'm pretty much one for knowing what I've seen and saying it as it is, as you know through my approach right the way through. So I can't sugarcoat it. I can't say, in the past I have left it and thought about my reaction and my response. Tonight was not one of those evenings.
Yeah, that's brilliant, mate. Thank you, pal.
Cheers, guys. Thanks. Cheers.